Hi, I'm Kenley Smith. I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska at the Great Plains Theater Conference at Metropolitan Community College. We have quite a few playwrights from all over the country here for a week of readings, workshops, seminars, great theater performances in the evening. I was here to have a presentation of my play Devil Sedan. That was done on Monday the 26th, and I'm going to be talking to some members of the cast as well as Lori Obradovich, the director from Baby D Productions.
I'm Lori Obradovich. I'm the artistic director for Baby D. I got to direct Devil Sedan at the conference this year, and I'm also doing 6 other pieces.
I'm Aaron Wilhoft. I'm an actor and a director this year. I directed 2 pieces and I acted in 2 pieces. One of them being the incomparable Devil Sedan.
I loved it. Rob Baker said, "Here, I think that you will like this script. I'm going to assign it to you." And I read it and I said, "I love this. I'm going to call the playwright and tell him I want to do the play at Baby D." And I think it's brilliant. I think all the characters are great. The story's great. It's fascinating.
My reaction was much the same, but pretty much any time Lori says this play is great, because she doesn't say that very often.
No.
She rarely says they're good. You pretty much trust that it's going to be a good script and probably going to have some kind of a interesting dark twist.
Yeah, I do tend towards the darker plays, but I love those. And I was lucky to get a great cast. Everybody I called, I said, "This is a great script," and they all agreed to do it. And we had an amazing amount of rehearsals considering the size of the cast, but everybody loved the play, so they all made time to come to rehearsal.
And we were very lucky to have the director that we had.
Well, it all starts with the play. It's all about the words.
That's true.
And that's what I think, too.
It really is true.
Yeah, I am very script critical, because I think start with a great script, you're halfway home.
I really enjoyed the character of Bobby Pence because he's not entirely unredeemable, but almost. He's got, in society's eyes anyway, he has every devious habit and sort of ploy of darkness you could possibly throw into a character, but not on purpose. It's just sort of the way he has become, which is fantastic because it gives you a certain amount of depth to play with, to try and read subtext. That was the best part of the play. It actually had subtext.
Yeah.
It was filled with subtext. Yes.
So many people feel the need to write all the subtext.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of makes it flat.
Exposition and just sort of say, this is what happened. Do you remember when that other thing happened?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm also fascinated with those little bits of the world that we don't live in, but that exist. And we get these little glimpses into these almost seemingly impossible characters that are very much realistic for a certain part of the world. I agree with you, though, that it could just as easily happen in the western part of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Except for the sort of specific colloquialisms that are southern, because it's not a group.
So you would.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a group of people exclusive to one. There's rednecks everywhere, exclusive to one area, but it has the flavor of the South because of all of the idiom. But yeah, I could just as easily know these people living out in Ogallala.
My name is Wes Clowers, and I played Preacher Graves, the sort of fire and brimstone version. Though for me it might have been fire and brimstone. I don't know for her. The real, the extreme version is something that I did, but it was extreme for me. It's been quite a fun experience. I like your script quite a lot. And I was thrown into Preacher Graves without any preparation or any any mindset that let me understand it. So it was kind of a fun thing to read it through the first time and have Lori go, "Could you do something a little more on the fire and brimstone side?" And it's like, oh my God, I guess I've seen some of that somewhere. So just played with it a little bit and had a great time with it.
I am Lauren Cole, and I played the role of Ellie in Devil Sedan, which was the best role, I think, personally. How I found Ellie basically was I thought of any snotty teenage brat that I could possibly think of, but when I was introduced to this character, she was a bit more dark than the usual characters that I play, so I just thought about, like I said, the teenage brat and just made it a little bit darker.
Hi, my name's Erica Hall. I played the nurse and Mrs. Whalen in Devil Sedan. We did a reading right here the other day. It was, we got a lot of great laughs. We got a lot of, the audience was all really into the way the script was. I modeled it after a cousin of mine, but I'll never tell her that. I can say that monologue is probably the best monologue I've ever gotten to read in any play I've ever done. It was great.
Jonathan Wilhoff, and I played Delmar. Well, I think Delmar kind of, Delmar's the one that sort of built the positive part of the character for not Bobby, but
For Harley.
for Harley. Sorry, it was 24 hours ago. There's so much stuff that's sort of negative and all that, but I think he is the building blocks for that, for the positive for him, and that he's just sort of the typical NASCAR loving,
I'm sorry?
demolition derby fella.
Yeah, on the opposite end, right? On the very end?
The kind of the average guy, I would say, even in that area.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, I'm a member of the Playwrights Lab at Hollins University, and these are the kinds of things that happen when you generate a script in class. It can sometimes end up 1,200 miles out west at a theater conference.
I'd sure like to thank y'all for coming. You have a good night.